Hello, this is yet another rant about Irvington BOCES skid. And it's just what's going on. The corruption. I wouldn't call it the bowl of corruption because it doesn't have to do with the South Shore, but the corruption at Irvington BOCES from this snob-like president, the biggest of the snobs, the queen of the snobs at Irvington BOCES, first president to ever serve under Irvington BOCES. It's just evident that those people in Irvington BOCES were trying to force people with special needs, the people who were originally there and are supposed to be there, not the snobs, force them out and go to Rockland BOCES, to Riverview High School, where I used to go and came from before going to Irvington BOCES. And you know what? I should have never left that school. But the corruption, this damn first president, it's obvious that she's against the disabled. For her Sweet 16 birthday party, she invited everybody except for the disabled to her party. What has she got against the disabled, who are supposed to be at that school, not her? I mean, come on! This is gonna be like a rant about, like, my experience there. But the main part about this video is, like, comparing it to Pine Power's experience at Westbury. So anyway, before he went to Westbury, metaphorically, before I went to Irvington BOCES, I was at Riverview High School. And then during the time Pine Power was at Westbury, during the time I was at Irvington BOCES, after graduating Irvington BOCES, Pine Power moves to Mineola, like several months before I do. And then it's finally done. Mineola becoming like successful learning center. The school I go to now for college is great, but unlike the real Mineola, it's not so great. And that's my comparison. So the corruption from the South Shore snobs on Long Island, I wouldn't call them snobs, but I would call the people at Irvington BOCES that compare them to snobs. And I will call them snobs. They only care about their own kind, the disciplined kids, who are not supposed to be in Irvington BOCES for the first place. And this girl who became first president, she has an article online about how Irvington BOCES saved her. Like, it even saved her life. She's a mainstream disciplined kid. She belongs in a school for those, and that's not mainstream, but not special ed either. She doesn't belong at Irvington BOCES. And you know, she's the reason why Irvington BOCES got crowded with 7th and 8th graders from the recently closed Farragut Middle School that should have never been closed. They already had a big crowding issue at Irvington BOCES, and they didn't need to make it worse. This is just unbelievable. And unlike the majority of my high school rants, this one doesn't compare it to Long Island as much. Well, actually it does, but it's not mentioning too many of the issues. And I'm sorry if so many of those rants are related to those issues. Maybe I'll make a video in the future that isn't. But this just needs to be talked about. It's not as bad as colleges, which I'm sure that girl got into a great college that she's probably doing great at now. I mean, in the 11th grade, she took AP Psychology. That's very impressive. But it's really hard for other people, too. And the majority of Irvington BOCES was snob-like. So, and like on Long Island, the bear will come, just like how the metaphorical bear would come at Irvington BOCES when they know that actually, no, it wouldn't, because they're gonna probably win. Everybody's gonna be at Riverview High School in the future. They're probably going to have to make the bottom floor of Riverview High School part of Riverview and not part of the Adult Ed Center at Rockland BOCES anymore. They're probably going to have to find a new building for that because of how many people want to go to Riverview. But the truth is that Irvington doesn't want special ed students in anymore, despite having BOCES in the name. Rockland BOCES is doing very well. If I had stayed there, I could have caused a reaction, metaphorical chain reaction that could have got them to go against the state of New York, which is what all schools should be doing. They should be going against the bull of the state, which is like the whole Regents standard, the whole like favoritism towards elementary schoolers, similar to like the favoritism towards the South Shore. Elementary schoolers get to live it up, while high schoolers and college students, and to some extent middle schoolers, get to suffer. This is just out of control, what's going on. And these Regents tests need to stop. They need to be optional for a Regents diploma. If you go for a local diploma, all you should be doing is not having to take any tests. I mean, why? What's wrong with this Common Core system? So, what we need to do is stand against this damn state of New York. Trying to sneak in extra graduation requirements right before graduation, which is what they did. And this president probably sabotaged my high school graduation by making me and somebody else with a similar IEP take away something from my IEP that was really important, which was not having to pass Regents exams. I mean, why would she do that? How does it even benefit her? It's just she's trying to ruin things for us special needs students. Anyway, eventually I got out of Westbury. Or Wastebury. Moved on to Mineola. Bye.